Let's talk about the recent WordPress debacle and nightmare and what is the potential solution for this. If you have been following the news, you know that things have gotten quite messy in the WordPress sphere. The founder of WordPress, Matt Mullenweg, got into a huge disagreement with the WordPress.com team. This led into a split in WordPress, so there's actually kind of two versions running at the same time now. The open source and the commercial WordPress.com platform. See, if you need a website fast, there's not that many alternatives to WordPress. WordPress is like grabbing fast food at 2 a.m. It gets the job done. It's fast, quick, and cheap. But at what cost and at what consequences later in your life? Then what's better? Well, a home-cooked meal, of course. And I'll tell you how you can get this home-cooked meal that is not too expensive during this video. By the way, if you're already feeling hungry, don't forget to eat that subscribe and like button. When does WordPress work? WordPress has its place. If all you need is a blog or a simple informational system, WordPress is usually pretty good at this, and it doesn't really matter for you if the versions have split. It's quick, affordable, and gets the job done really fast, which is a very underrated attribute in the software sphere. You basically just slap some themes and some plugins together and you have a solution. And if that's what you need, no need to worry, no need to concentrate on other solutions right now. Number two, the limits of WordPress. But WordPress also have some problems, because the way it's built is just to slap things together, and at the end you end up with one of Frankenstein's monsters. So the small website is good, but then you add some things on, you add some plugins, and like now you have a new theme, like you add all these things together and you end up with a huge mess. And suddenly your website feels like 50 burgers stacked on top of each other. And the security is a big thing as well, because WordPress is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, framework in the world. And that means a lot of websites are built with that. At some point it was 70% of the web were running WordPress. It's less now, but that means that hackers just find a vulnerability in a famous, important WordPress plugin, and now they have access to thousands or hundreds of thousands of WordPress instances. Add together that many plugins are poorly designed and implemented, you have a security nightmare. I had to clean a few WordPress websites in my time, and it's a WordPress site can actually get a virus and many other malware injected into it. So it's a little bit crazy because you have a situation where someone will actually take over your website and it's very hard to get out of it. I also work with multiple businesses that needed to change their WordPress site to something more custom, because they started with WordPress and it was really good to kickstart their business, but at some point they just ended up having some issues. One in particular grew really fast and came to me, and it was a nightmare. And they just said, fix it. Whatever you can do, just fix it. And my first task with this client was just to keep WordPress alive, because every week or so it would just crash and they would lose a lot of money because they had a broken website. But they couldn't just shut it off because they had a business they were running. The first task here was just to call GoDaddy support and ask them to restart their servers, because our instance have crashed their whole servers and they couldn't understand that this was happening. So every time I would spend 1 or 2 hours explaining that, yes, we really need to restart the whole instance. And this was very frustrating and time consuming. While I was doing that, it was time to also implement the new solution. I started building this client's website in Django. Number 3, why Django? Django is a delicious high-level Python web framework. It's basically a home-cooked meal where you have a lot more stability and also flexibility to do whatever you need to do. Django takes a little bit more time to implement stuff because you don't have as extensive themes and plugins as in WordPress. But you can get almost anything done in Django. So it's not as easy and quick solution as WordPress, but you get a lot of benefits from that little extra amount of work you need to do. And it's designed for people who actually cares about the code. So the security-wise, it's a lot better and is a lot more well-netted together. So is Django right for you? Well, let's go through it. If you have a small website or you're very happy with WordPress and you don't really have any of the issues, you can keep maintaining it, it's probably not a solution for you. But if you hit some of the limits that WordPress has, that it's made for a CRM system, then it's probably time to change if your business allows it. My clients often have this problem, which is why we talk it through, and I also try to develop a smaller solution for them so they can see that, okay, this is how much it's going to probably take, and they can see that, okay, this is actually possible. Django is a really good middle way between getting things done and also have a flexibility to do different things that you might need. If you're still in doubt, let's grab a virtual coffee and talk about it. The benefits of Django are multifold. The first is stability. Django is not a new diet. It has been here for a long time and has been well tested and refined by some of the biggest names such as Instagram and Pinterest. The second thing is security. Django has been made very secure by design, by trying to push the developers in a right direction and give you all of the utilities that you need to make sure that things actually are secure. And the third thing is flexibility. With Django, you can build almost anything you actually want to do. I have built everything from server sites that require advanced tracking and visualization of data to real estate websites that have thousands of entries and require an admin interface to interact and connecting to payment system and everything in between. And I have also made very simple blogs that just needs to show some blogs and that's it. Closing thoughts. So what do you think? Do you want to stay with WordPress or do you want to jump to Django or maybe something else? Tell me in the comment section below and don't forget to subscribe so I will see you in the next one. That's it for now. Cheers.